This is the Xiaomi 14T Pro disassembly. If you're interested in seeing more videos like this, make sure you subscribe and click on the notification bell so you'll be notified once I upload a new video. Also, if you need any tools, there are links in the description. So before we start, we'll need to remove the SIM tray. And the purpose of this is to make sure we don't forget to remove it later on and cause any damage internally when trying to remove the subboard or motherboard. Looking at the SIM tray, we can see a red rubber gasket around the opening. At this point, heat needs to be applied to the back plate using either a hairdryer or a heat gun to loosen up the adhesive underneath, and then a pry tool can be used to pry the back plate off. I prefer to use a hairdryer since there's less of a chance of damaging any of the components inside by overheating them. Here's a better look at the glass backplate. The glass camera lens covers can be replaced by applying heat and prying them off, so you don't need to take apart the phone to replace those. But if you're planning on replacing the entire camera bezel, you would also need to remove the 5 Phillips screws. There are 17 Phillips screws which need to be removed. Taking a look at the top plastic cover, we can see an antenna flex cable here, the NFC antenna, the LED flash and ambient light sensor, as well as the wireless charging coil. Here's a look at the other side. We can also see an area of graphite film to help transfer heat. The battery cables can now be disconnected, followed by the rest of the cables. As for the coaxial cables, those can be disconnected by just popping them off. Taking a look at the main board, we see the 50 megapixel primary camera, the 50 megapixel telephoto lens, as well as the 12 megapixel ultra-wide lens. The main camera is the only one with OIS or optical image stabilization. As for the camera connectors, those can be disconnected by just popping them off. There is also a secondary microphone on the top corner. Looking at the other side, we see a 32 megapixel front-facing camera, the infrared or IR blaster, as well as copper tape and some thermal paste to help transfer heat. Once the copper tape or film has been peeled back, we see additional thermal paste on top of the RAM, which is seated on top of the processor. Here's a better look with the thermal paste removed. This is the bottom speaker assembly, and there's some graphite film over it to help transfer heat. To remove the battery, there's a pull pouch provided to help you pry it off. This is the 5000 mAh battery. Underneath the battery adhesive pouch, we can see the flex cable for the screen, which is routed through an opening in the mid-frame, as well as this flex cable which connects the main board to the subboard. So if you needed to replace the screen, you'd have to remove the back plate, the screws on the top plastic cover and the cover itself, disconnect the battery cables and the screen cable, pry off and remove the battery, giving you access to the screen cable, at which point you'd heat up the front of the phone where the screen is to loosen up the adhesive underneath. You then pry the old screen off, apply new adhesive and reapply the new screen, making sure you run the flex cable back through the opening in the mid-frame and reassemble the phone. Looking at the subboard, we see the charger port which has a red rubber gasket around it, and the primary microphone which is located underneath this covered shield. The SIM reader is located on the other side. The haptic or vibrator motor is located here, and next to that is the fingerprint scanner, both of which are held on with some adhesive, so if you need to replace those, just apply some heat and gently pry them off. When it comes to this phone, if you were to accidentally insert a SIM ejector tool in the wrong hole, you don't need to worry since both microphones and filters are seated above the holes so they won't get damaged. There are also two liquid damage indicator stickers on the frame. One is located here underneath the SIM reader, and another one over here underneath the motherboard. Once the flex cables have been peeled back, we have a better look at the large vapor chamber which runs underneath the battery as well as the motherboard. The flex cable for the volume keys and power button is located here. In order to replace that, there's a plastic bracket inside of the frame which would need to be pulled out, and then the flex cable can be peeled off and removed. As for the buttons, those can be pulled out of the frame. There's a proximity and ambient light sensor board located over here. To replace or remove that, just peel it off from the frame. And the same goes for the earpiece speaker which is located over here. For the repairability score on this phone, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to put the phone back together. Once everything's back together, apply new adhesive and reapply the back plate. Flip over the phone, power it on, and you're done. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.